Guys, deluded, I'm back again. YouTube's Lucas Torreira. Arsenal versus West Ham, the preview. So we might as well crack on. We face them on Sunday, I believe, at 3 o'clock. Means we're all going to be watching on streams. Unfortunately, I'm not going to the game. I was at the last one, that fixture. But yeah, man, we might as well review the game. So going into it, let's just get rid of the first elephant in the room. Jack Wilshere is returning. Yeah, is our prodigal son. Obviously, he didn't become our Gerrard or even a Lampard sort of player that we thought he would go down as a legend. I mean, some people call him a legend. I think that's nonsense. How can you call someone a legend if they've never played a main part in a fraction of your club's success or even in them 2 FA Cups? He's a fan favourite. I love him as well. He's a big reason I started YouTube. I was very peed off when he went to Bournemouth. I was actually peed off when he left the club. But it is what it is. Jack Wilshere returns to the club. Now, it doesn't matter. Jack Wilshere is nobody to us. We love him and all of that, but for 90 minutes, he's nobody. He's just Jack Wilshere. He doesn't mean anything to us. Treat him like every sort of player. I want him to get a standing ovation because he deserves that. He was Arsenal through and through, but no mercy on the pitch. Don't pull out in no tackles. Don't let him get onto the ball and show what he can do on the ball because he's got the bit between his sticks. I mean, the bit between his teeth. If he wants to do this thing, because he's playing against a club that, regardless, I mean, the contract offer was there, but he didn't stay, and Unai conceded that he wasn't going to be a main part of his plans. So he's got a chance to show something to the manager. He's got a chance to show the fans, like, I'm still Jack Wilshere, and I'm sure he wants to show Gareth Southgate he can get into the England squad. These are the games that Southgate's praying against, if you can say it, top level opposition on the basis of us being top 6. But yeah. Obviously, moving on from my man Jack Wilshere, I know he says he's always been an Arsenal fan, but he's now come out and showing his true colours with the West Ham stuff, if you read his interviews. But moving on, both sides have dropped 6 points. They've conceded about 6 goals. We've conceded what? Did we let in 2? We let in 2 against Chelsea. 6 and 4. So we've let in 4. They've let in 6. Forgive me if I'm wrong. 10 goals between the two sides in the last 2 games. I'm sure both sides won't be happy with that. 2 new managers marking 2 new errors at their clubs. They want to start off with a win. Obviously, West Ham, they lost to Bournemouth after they held on to a lead. And then obviously Liverpool, they never got out of the blocks. So there's question marks being asked to some of the players. And I believe Fredericks and a lot of them are at risk of being dropped. Even Mark Noble, who wasn't on penalty duties against Bournemouth, which was pretty telling. And he was actually being criticised for not tracking back on social media against Wilson for Bournemouth. But yeah, us, Chelsea, you can say what you see. You can say you can try and find positives if you can. End of the day, we lost 2-1 in it. City, again, you can find positives if you can. End of the day, is 6 points dropped against 2 previous champions. 2 games I definitely didn't expect us to win. But we just need to look at the facts. It's 2 games in. It's 0-0. There's a very chance either one of these clubs both of them clubs can get a point and get off the mark for the season, or one of these 2 clubs has a chance of dropping all 9 points from their first 3 games and being on 0. I mean, where are we? They're 19th, we're 17th, so a win would do the world of good. I mean, West Ham fans probably didn't expect to beat Liverpool, probably expected to give Bournemouth a game. Our fans probably didn't expect to do anything in them games, but now is the time to, and I'm speaking from an Arsenal fan's perspective now. In fact, let's start from West Ham. West Ham should be fearless. I don't know if West Ham fans expect Arsenal to beat them because we've been woeful, but I'm sure most people that don't support either club would expect this to be a game Arsenal should turn up for. So by that logic, West Ham should be fearless. If people expect you to lose, be fearless, and things like that. Marko Arnautovic, when I went to this fixture last year, I rated him, but I rated him a bit higher. So, you know, the man there, you see in person, and you're thinking, right, he's actually a baller. He was a nuisance. He bossed Koscielny and Mustafi. Terrorised us, absolute terrorists to them defenders, like barging them, working the channels. These are all things we need to pay attention to because he will do that. So Socrates and Mustafi, I actually think Socrates should man mark him, need to be awake. They've got defensive issues like us, Balbuena, Bonner, all of them defenders have let in cheap goals. They're not following runners. The positioning is bad. The midfield are not dropping back. So the same problems I'm seeing with West Ham, I'm seeing with Arsenal. So on one hand, this could be an open game where both teams actually score. 3 points will do either side the world of good. For me, we should be looking at this as, I don't want to talk about overconfidence because there's no easy games in the Prem, but we can probably release the shackles a bit. For me, I'm looking at it as that, if nothing more, I want the players to get some sort of confidence. This is the sort of game where you see Ozil get assists, Aubameyang turn up again, and Lacazette, and then we'll go missing against the top 6 again. But that's what we need. For me, we need some confidence. We need some feel good. I want to see us playing football. I want to see us being brave. I want to see us having a goal. So at least if we win that, it can go. We can, in theory, go on a run of games in the next games. And again, there's no easy games, and if you're an Arsenal fan, there's definitely no easy games for us in terms of for saying which ones we should win. But we can go on a nice little sequence of games. So yeah. West Ham have spent big money, and I think Felipe Anderson, in what I've seen of him, definitely against Liverpool, he looks okay. He didn't have the best of games offensively, but he showed that he's up for tracking back. Probably these are the games that these sort of players turn up against Arsenal and kickstart their Premier League careers. So he'll have the bit between his teeth. It's a London derby, and West Ham like turning up in London derbies for no reason. Like I said, last year we played them. Obviously, we won 4-1. Monreal, Ramsey and Lacazette grabbed 2. And Arnautovic got 1. That can't be right. Did Aubameyang? I'm so sure Aubameyang got 1. Or am I talking about the next game? Either way, that's what when I got the statistics, that's what it said. Before that, a 1-0 in the League Cup with Welbeck, and then it was a 0-0 in 2017 last year. So it could go either way. It could be, for me, I think both teams will score, and we could see about 4 goals in total in the game, or 4 goals for a side. But by this logic, it could just be a game where it's just 1-0 or 0-0. Obviously, you'd like to think they'd learn from Liverpool and coming away to our place and probably being behind and being not expecting to have the lion's share of possession. Surely they play 5 at the back, like against Liverpool when they moved Antonio. I'm not saying they play 5 at the back, but when they moved Antonio to fullback. So for me, Arsenal, we need to be on top of them. We need to ask questions. That defence is nervous. They're playing away from home. I know Arsenal fans are quiet, but if we get some balls in behind the channels with Aubameyang and things like that, and ask questions of Balbeno, Bonner and that away from home, they can quickly become less confident. Where if we're remaining compact and rigid and we're allowing them to stay in position and come higher up the pitch, they're going to get confidence. So we need to shut their confidence down. Same way with West Ham. They're coming to our place. If they come here, put balls in behind, ask questions of this generally nervy side of Arsenal. I don't think they're lacking in confidence, but on the basis of them losing 2 games, you could say they are. Ask them questions. So I see positives for both sides, in my opinion. Masaku might, if he starts, he might do something down the left-hand side for them, but going backwards, he's a bit suspect. So for me, the channels is a very big area. For me, I'd probably move Aubameyang to the left-hand side purely because midfielders have problems tracking back. There's been question marks over their fullbacks. West Ham's fullbacks, specifically their right back. I know Fredericks didn't cover himself in enjoying the last game. Antonio's clearly not a fullback. I don't know if Bayram's still there. And Zabaleta, if he plays, he's quite old now, so he's not going to be able to keep up with some players. No disrespect to them, man, because he's a decent player. So we'll need to ask. For me, the fullback areas are questions. We need to ask questions of. We really need to get at them and put balls in behind them centre-halves, in my opinion. So with that being said, I guess the only thing left for me is the lineup, to be fair with you. I don't even think I need to use a tactics board. But the lineup, I'd probably go a 4-2-3-1. You guys know I want to see a 3-5-2. But I go a 4-2-3-1. I'd probably go... I'd probably Czech probably deserves to keep his space on the basis of he putting a good performance against Chelsea, but this could be a game for Leno to start and stuff after playing 2 hard games in our fixture calendar. So either one between them. I'll go with Czech, but it'll probably be Leno. I'll go Mustafi and Socrates, Bellerin and Monreal at fullback. I'll go Lucas Torreira and Guendouzi in midfield. Mkhitaryan and Ozil, give or take for the 10 role. My bias is towards Ozil, but Mkhitaryan's in better form, so give or take. I'd drop Mkhitaryan out, to be fair with you. And then up front, in fact, you know what? Ozil in the 10 role, Aubameyang, Lacazette and Mkhitaryan together, to be fair. You guys know I'd love Nelson to start, but I'm very pessimistic on his chances this early in the season of doing that. So we'll see how it goes. I don't need to use there's not really much to say in the tactics board, so I'm not going to make a vid because it's forcing it. But if I just show you guys, let me just get the tactics board on a quick thing and just show you guys what I mean by targeting the fullback areas. Separate them. Sorry guys. Move, man. Hate magnets. Oh, 1 second people then, man. Give me 1 sec. These areas specifically, people. The fullback areas. This is all I'm on about. Ask questions, put balls in behind, ask questions of these fullbacks, because there's a problem with them. Trust me, you'll see it in the game. But yeah, there's not much more to be said on that front. Guys, Deluded, thank you for watching my preview. Get in a comment, subscribe, and do the rest if you wish. Thank you very much. Like I said, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'm out.